So one thing I can tell you about people from Acapulco and in Mexico generally is it's something that I like about them is they're never camera shy. In fact, they can be some of the most notorious photo bombers. But for now, let me show you around. Let me give you a look at the view.
Head held high, even though it's not a lie that we need deep in the dust. Killing time while pretending that we're fine, thinking someday we will burst. You and I are falling behind, and I'm ready to go get out while we're whole. Now take my advice, take my advice. Let go, I wanted you. I know, you feel it too. Cut loose, before we sink into the ocean's blue, the ocean, the ocean, the ocean.
Hey travelers, it's Andy from the Timeless Travel Club, and I'm back home. I'm in my home away from home, my sweet home Acapulco. And as you can see from the video, I ride my share of buses while here in Acapulco. Taxis are plentiful, but buses are only 10 pesos or less. And you are guaranteed an experience if you ride what they call the disco buses. I remember one time, true story, there was a one-armed bus driver driving one of these disco buses up and down the Costera. He was actually seen eating while driving with one arm. I've seen him talking on the phone before with just one arm. And these are standard transmissions. If you ever come to Acapulco, do yourself a favor. Take a little risk in life. It's not the crime or the violence, it's riding in one of these disco buses. I actually took a bus from Zihuatanejo to Acapulco, and I got a lot of text messages, you know, Andy, you're so brave doing that, or Andy, you're so dumb doing that. Are you crazy? And it was actually very safe. There was maybe 5 people on the bus. I won't take that bus again because they promised there was going to be a 4-hour bus ride. It turned out to be 5 hours. There are taxi drivers that I'm sure would allow me to pay maybe $15 more for me to take a taxi from Zihuatanejo to Acapulco rather than the 5 hours in the bus. But the bus I was in was clean, it was comfortable, and if you manage to stay awake, there are a lot of great photo ops along the way.
In the ocean, I hear we sink into the ocean, the ocean, blue, the ocean.
Today's video is going to be unlike other Acapulco videos that you've seen from me because typically I glorify Acapulco. Now, a year later, I've been places. I've been to a lot of beautiful other places, and I have to admit, full disclosure, for me, Acapulco has lost some of its shine. It really has. And I'm here to explain how that can be the case, how that can be possible. Acapulco, come on. So there's a couple things that really annoy me about Acapulco. The first one is the traffic noise on the Costera. I know Acapulco's got, you know, millions of people. It's a huge city. There's going to be traffic noise. But the excessive honking, unnecessary excessive honking. I can hear you.
Yeah, I think everybody here. Oh, shit.
How many times does he have to try here? Acapulqueños are the most sweetest, most considerate, giving people that you'll ever encounter. But you put them behind a steering wheel and they become maniacal street hoarders. They are constantly scratching and clawing and positioning themselves. They compete for every inch in every lane possible. They will honk at people not even in their sights. Whoever that is, 2-3 blocks up that's causing their 10-second delay in traffic, they will throw honking profanities, and I think they believe it'll actually clear their path. There are smaller cars, they have the yellow stripes across, they're called colectivos. They're not taxis. The taxi drivers will take on one person or one party. These people pick up several people along the way, and they're constantly honking at you. Whether you're looking for somebody or not, they will try to get your attention. Look at me, look at me. I may have a seat that's empty that you can jump in for, I think, 12 pesos, I don't know. Drives me to drink more. You could be waiting at a bus station, having a conversation with whoever you're with, and they'll slow down and give you a little triple honk and point. Are you going this direction? My car's full, but you can sit on this person's lap. And to make matters worse, these disco buses that I mentioned will do the same thing. We're gonna leave that for another video. Wanna know what else chaps my hide here in Acapulco? The city government, don't get me wrong, they have done some great things here in Acapulco. Playa Manzanillo, they gutted it out, cleaned it up, and it's beautiful now. There's some major tourist roads that have been repaved, resurfaced. Big kudos for that. La Quebrada, where the cliff divers are, and places like La Sinfonia, where a beautiful sunset is, and where else? The Zócalo, oh my God. I'll say it, they're a pigsty. They don't clean the surface areas at all. These are major tourist areas. When I was in Spain, I stayed close to one of the plazas, and I would always hear this noise at night. One morning I got up extra early and I went out, and what they actually did was power wash all the surface areas every single night. When you walked out there, the place was beautiful, it smelled good, I was very impressed. In Acapulco, I think when those places get washed is maybe when the rain comes, but it looks dirty. I don't get it. Another thing that makes me sad about Acapulco and the way that it's managed, you know, I'm coming in about 1994 when I first visited, and even then I missed all of the jet-setting beauty and charm of Acapulco, but I still fell in love with it for many reasons. I fell in love with the Zócalo area. It's a place that you can go and just sit, people watch, they have cafes and restaurants. It was great. The foliage, these trees looked like they were hundreds of years old. There was a nice gazebo in the middle, and all that's gone now. They decided they were gonna modernize. The gazebo, gone. Half of the trees, gone. And in the process, with all the construction dust that it created, it killed a lot of other trees that, you know, that was a unnecessary consequence that occurred. So there used to be a constant battle with the police against the vendors. They're always trying to shoo the vendors away. This was a Zócalo, this is a place where people come and relax. Now, it's a mercado. The vendors are there to stay, and it's just sad. On the Costera here, there is the Diana Circle. There used to be a big circular fountain with a statue of the Diana. That's the lady who shoots the arrow. She's naked. And it's beautiful. And it was Acapulco. Now, they tore that out. The Diana is still up there. I think the statue is a little smaller, but it's on this futuristic platform. It kind of looks nice at night because they light it up, but there's really no charm. It doesn't look like it's in Mexico. So the planning of the city it disturbs me. But I'm really not here to rip on Acapulco, even though I just spent the last few minutes doing that. Acapulco still is beautiful for me. You're gonna see some familiar faces probably. I surround myself with friends every time I come here. I'm here a month in Acapulco. Some of my friends here are here throughout that duration. Friends that come from all parts of the United States. And of course my local friends, my local family will be here as well, and they'll be shooting in and out. And you might even see a special guest appearance or two. I don't know, we'll see.
Get out of my shot, dude. Jeez. Provecho, mi familia.
Que hoy tu buena suerte la espalda te ha cambiado, fallaste corazón y no vuelvas a por